stop the bloodshed and take the first steps towards a truce. Kaliningrad activist Ivan Luzin demands that Putin stop shelling Ukraine, withdraw Russian troops from Belarus, and start peace talks. In addition, Luzin insists on attracting international organizations and a peacekeeping contingent to the territories occupied by the Russian army.
The first is to stop bombing what the Russian Ministry of Defense calls critical infrastructure, move on to negotiations, and for this from Russia, so that the Ukrainian side can at least somehow trust. It should be concrete actions, not just to say we are ready, but to withdraw troops or would like to reduce their number, maybe withdraw troops from Belarus. The third point is related to the deployment of peacekeepers. The fourth point is completely applicable to exchange all civilians and military people captured during the war for everyone.
Ivan Luzin, a former employee of Navalny's headquarters in Kaliningrad, left Russia with his family last March, and on January 29th he returned to start the campaign "Enough, we have fought." Today Luzin is collecting signatures for an appeal with demands to Putin. According to him, 44 signatures have been collected so far.
This is a public initiative that is more based on public opinion, so my task is to make the voices for peaceful regulation, which, it seems to me, everyone needs to sound, so that it is discussed, so that it is in the field of public discussion.
Despite the Kremlin's repression of Russians with an anti-war stance, there are still people in the country who are ready to demonstrate their disagreement with the regime's aggressive policies.
In Russia, there are even politicians who are against Putin and who even have some part of the support of the population. And it seems to me that this anti-war movement can be built on the cooperation of people who remained in the country. These are the majority of people who resist, who are against this war.
And to go to jail or get a fine in Russia is easy. Literally anything can be considered a crime. So in Moscow, a girl was detained because of a blue and yellow ribbon and a picture with a rainbow cow on her backpack.
The dynamics is exclusively upward after the start of a large-scale invasion and amendments to the repressive legislation of Russia. In fact, now it's not just to express your opinion on social networks on the internet, but even just to express out loud on the street. Any thoughts that are contrary to Russian propaganda are already considered as a crime.
It was forbidden to hold protests in Russia, therefore people express their anti-war position as best they can, put up leaflets, go to solo pickets, write letters and appeals, post on social networks, organize volunteer human rights centers to help their fellow citizens avoid mobilization. In most cases, people pay fines for their position and sometimes the regime sends them to jail. Reported by Roman Smoler, Yulia Hranovska, UATV News.